Hello guys, welcome back to Hey Manager Me Likes, and today another snippet has been released of the FM26 game. It's now the user interface, and you can also pre-order the game. I think it's due out around about the 4th of November. I think it is anyway, I need to double check it, but a big drop first of all for the video itself. Anyway, this is all on the user interface, so about how to navigate within the game. It's going to be a big change, as we'll see. I'll play the video in a second now, but hopefully it's not too loud. It shouldn't be, but let's get into it. Let's have a look at the actual game itself. I'll turn it down a little bit more. But I'll watch it once through, and then we'll go and pick up little bits that we think is new, little bits that we think might be good, might need, might not be as efficient as a Football Manager user, as someone who's made thousands, probably thousands actually now, definitely hundreds, possibly thousands of videos of Football Managers since 2020 now. It is 5 years been doing this, nearly 6 in January. Let's see how it's going to change in Football Manager 2026. So let's have a look at this then.
Changing the game with a refreshed
Changing the game.
A new
Very nice.
intuitive way to explore every element of your career.
Let's turn it up a little bit for you.
That's tailor-made for the modern manager. In FM26, football belongs to you and your vision. Every lineup tweak, transfer negotiation, and slice of dressing room drama shapes your season.
Shapes the season.
Interface is where you make it all happen.
So
Through listening to
I can already
community
see
feedback and
final
deep
experience
research
made
into
different at the
how
bottom
you
left.
truly navigate your careers,
I like
we've
this.
developed a game-changing
This looks
new
very,
UI for
very
FM26,
clean.
condensing complex screens and menus into tiles and cards.
I
It's
like
clear,
that a lot.
accessible, and makes diving into the detail that matters most to you easier than ever. Let's take a closer look. Up top, the redesigned navbar covers your key areas of
Oh, much
responsibility.
better.
From
Already
recruitment
much better.
to shaping your tactics to locking in those last-minute matchday changes. All in one, easy-to-navigate space.
Yeah.
This evolution from the traditional sidebar is all about faster access to the
And they've
heart
got
of
the
your
drop
FM
down.
experience.
The drop down's
Bringing a
fantastic.
fresh take
That's
on the
actually much
familiar,
better.
the navbar brings all the strategic depth you'd expect from FM, but streamlined and smarter than ever.
That's
Navigating
good.
over a section smoothly reveals a
Matchday
sub-menu
feedback, all the feedback
right
in
there
Matchday.
when you need to dig a little deeper. The portal is your one-stop shop for the key happenings in your FM universe. Each card is an invitation to explore,
Okay.
unlocking more layers of detail to delve into. Being a football manager means being
looks
across
better.
every
That looks
facet of a busy
much
club,
better than
and
the
that
calendar
means
at the moment.
plenty of
100%.
messages, all vying for your time and attention.
I like how they
FM26's
categorise them out
fresh
as
portal
well.
system means you're seamlessly in control.
That doesn't look
Interlinking
new.
messages, results,
Same style.
news, the calendar and beyond.
Same way you're going to
in
try and
digestible
convince
hub.
everyone to stay.
Everything from team prep to calming matchday nerves is streamlined. Discoverable.
Right, I like that. That
One
looks a
click
bit
away.
nice.
Of
It's
course,
not
no
too
game is
dissimilar
the
though.
same, and every manager has their
Now,
unique style,
if that's an
quirks, and
instant,
football
if
impassions.
that's an instant
Whether your
result
focus is on developing
way of
wonder
looking
kids,
at things,
tactical innovation,
I
or
like that.
dominating the elite in the transfer market, FM26 is tailored to
Seeing
your
news,
priorities,
okay,
your way.
okay.
The
Gruder,
introduction bookmarks
Brighton,
customises
love
your
Brighton.
managerial
FM.
world, adapting
Love
how
Brighton.
you view the beautiful game. The features you use most are
This should have
always
been
within
such
reach,
an easy feature
bespoke
to add
for your
though.
play style.
It's
Change
just
the bookmarks, change
it's
the
just
game.
a button that takes you to a bookmark, to a page. So
Scouting out the opposition's
I'm
key
excited for
threats
that,
or
but
sizing
I'm
someone
still
up
going
for
to
the
navigate
transfer
through the
market.
top, I think.
Our innovative, streamlined take on player reports makes viewing player performance and profile information a
It
breeze.
still looks very
With
similar.
enhanced details unlocked with just a
Still
click.
looks very similar.
A radically overhauled search tool isn't just about grabbing critical information without fuss.
Okay.
It's also about your gateway.
Okay,
to
I like
becoming a
that.
better equipped and more
Entities,
complete
news,
football manager.
messages.
Beyond the rapid access
They
to
split them
clubs,
out.
Players, coaches, and other areas
Right,
of the game.
okay.
Search now also surfaces an
Okay,
unrivaled
much
collection of
happy with how they're
guides,
doing this.
support, and insights from our FM
Much
people.
happier.
Perfect if you're an intrepid first timer or returning to the franchise after some time out of the hot seat. It's all about building a deeper relationship to the beautiful game, from tactics to terminology.
Right, that's so
no
much
matter
better for if
where
you're
you are
starting
in
the
football
game.
journey.
This is so
You
much
can just
better.
dive in with search.
Like
And it
the
all
whole
comes back
tutorial
to
last year
football.
was so
Everything
difficult.
connects here. Every part of your footballing vision now united, accessible,
I like
and
this.
customizable on your terms.
Clever way of
Our
doing it
redesigned
anyway.
UI for FM26 means clarity without compromise. It's all the depth and knowledge you expect, but simpler to
Brighton
access.
fifth.
More intuitive to navigate and crafted smarter to serve the future of football management. We cannot wait for you to experience it. Step
I
into the
can't wait.
dugout. It's time to change the game.
I cannot wait. Now then, we've gone through that. Let's have a quick nosy through, shall we? So let me just mute that so I don't actually accidentally play it. Now, I've got to admit, the first 30 seconds is just rubbish. But now we get into it. There we go. Right, so the overall look of the front screen. Now let's do a few comparisons, shall we? Because what I've done is I've loaded up Football Manager. I've not used the default skin in ages, but let's have a look at it. So I like the way they've got it along the top. It reminds me, obviously, working full time elsewhere. It reminds me very much of using like Microsoft Office. You've got your portal squad, you've got your little drop downs, you've got your ribbons at the top. I'd like them if they called it ribbons. It just makes it so much easier to think about it in the UI sense. But I like how they've done it. You can click on portal and then you can have a look and flash across like calendar, news, fixtures. And then if you're in squad, you don't have to click the drop down for a squad. It's a lot cleaner. But if you want to just navigate something quickly with the drop down, brilliant. And then the bookmarks in the top right, it should have been there for years. I don't know why it wasn't always in there, but a great addition nonetheless. I'm very happy with it still. I like how everything is compartmentalized. So everything now has its own little tab, so to speak, or window, if you want to call it that. I like how you can see the fixtures. Maybe that should, I'd like it if it was a bit more customizable. That's how this is going to be so much better for FM. Is on EAFC, you have to compare it to the types of games that are going to be rivaling this. EAFC looks like this. It doesn't have the message on the left where it's easy to navigate when you're using a mouse or even a controller. Really, it doesn't have that ease of using that on the left-hand side. But what it does have is all the windows on the right-hand side. You see your calendar, you see your fixtures, you see your stages there, which again is another thing. Probably call it league table in the end. But team report-wise and all that sort of jazz, I like it. It's there. It's like the EAFC style of play. I can already see how this is going to work out. You're going to have portal at the top using left trigger, right trigger to go across, or RB, LB, and then once you're under that, you can use, you can navigate around that pressing RB or LB and the sub sort of ribbons. I like it. It can be used in both sort of senses of the game, PC or Xbox. I do like it. But if we go on to FM now and see how this looks, so I've not used this default skin in ages. It's still compartmentalized, so you can still have your finances and salary here, your targets there, this, that, and the other. You've got your fixtures in the top right. It's not too dissimilar, don't get me wrong, but I think and then also, as you can see here, it's the drop down, but your drop down doesn't have the same effects. You've got to click on staff, you then click on overview, and then you get to your coaching team. Whereas now, I believe, if we do go back onto the Chrome and have a look at this, I now believe you're going to go onto your recruitment or club. It'll then have staff. You click on that, and it's all there. It's probably all going to be there. Let's be real. So it's going to be interesting to see that anyway, like the complete navigation-wise, because I really like, I'm going to be flicking back here to and fro a lot here now. I really like having the ability to, because they're trying to open it up to a more diverse audience with like console players. But with PC, you can click on overview, go to coaching team, see your coaching team, have a look at their stats, have a look at what you want to do with them. It's very, very easy and really easy to just mess around with. You can go on there. I know where everything is. I want to see how that translates over. It's going to be interesting. The only thing they don't have on here is they've got all the player stats and team stats gone. You've got the league table, you've got your training, you've got your calendar, you've got fixtures, and then you've got on the left-hand side is your inbox. But as your inbox is its own thing. It has its own thing at the moment. So the portal is sort of squishing everything down and pushing it into these little bits and bobs that we see on the screen. So overall, I don't know. I'm a bit here or there about the portal. It'll be interesting to see. The ribbons-wise, dropping it down, brilliant. It's quite interesting to see. The only thing that I'm going to take away from this now as well is you can see the potential issue with Gruder, that they come through. It's pretty similar. I like how they have the little, the bits on the left-hand side so you can see your team selection advice, or if it's a player relationship, or if it's an opposition report, so a bit of scouting. Press conference, you can see that's got its own thing. Injuries has its own thing. I like that. It looks interesting. The only thing that is going to be a bit interesting to see is when you start seeing this. You start seeing like the happiness, discuss the issue. It looks very similar. It doesn't look very different whatsoever. And if we have a look at some of the things that you can reply to on here, you can say it's fair. I want to make sure players are happy. You don't fit in. I'm afraid you don't been playing well. I think this is just going to be a replica of last year. I can't see it being much different. Calendar-wise, if we have a look at the calendar on the previous game, FM, if we do go to calendar, let me try and find it for now. Schedule, it'll be under, I believe. If we go to schedule and then calendar, it doesn't look too dissimilar, does it? Like, let's be honest with you. You can see what it is. It tells you where you are and it tells you if you're at home and who you're playing. It doesn't look too dissimilar. Like, let's be honest. I'm not going to be screaming out saying, wow, this is amazing. I guess it has your training in there, so you can see what training you have. You can see your matches. You can see everything, but it's not too dissimilar. The only thing that they've got on here is that it's Premier League licensed. So, yeah, interesting enough regardless, but not going to be like, blowing me away. Then it's very similar bits as we go through. The bookmarks is great, but I don't think it's anything fantastic. The main one that I want to have a look at, so squads-wise, let's have a look. I think they've got the same selection info. I think that's great. They're going to try and probably bring that through. I like the idea of having, you're going to have the same things, like wanted injuries. Things look a bit more refined, let's just say. And I like actually on picked, it shows you where they're playing. Attacking midfielder left isn't correct by any long stretch. Nor is defender left. They're all on the wrong side if you look at that there. Maybe that's because they're playing Hinchelwood as a right back when Kadioglu is a left back, so why is he on the right? No idea. Anyway, let's have a look. James Milner is also a goalkeeper, which is interesting in the substitution 1 spot. But I think what I want to look at is, actually how that looks compared to how it looks at the moment on FM as well. So if we go on the squad, now that looks quite clean. If we go on to this, I still think this is a beautiful screen. Now this is my squad view. I've made a custom view. So let's go to general information, shall we? Or if anything, let's go to selection info, because that is basically what we're going to be looking at. I think it looks still very clean on this. I think I like the way that, you can highlight through. It has like you can actually see what you're looking at between these, because there's a little bit of a different shade of grey. I guess you hover over things, that'll be the same on FM, I believe. But I do like the way that it looks on here. On the new look, I think, it's just had that little bit of an update. Let's be honest, it's had that little bit of an update, that little bit of a cleaner look to it. It looks like you can get people that are match fit. The morale's high. You can see playing time if they're happy with it or not. Form looks pretty decent. I think it looks a bit cleaner. The colours scheme is nicer and all that sort of jazz. Then, let's have a look at, this is the big one, I want to have a look at this. Now, this to me doesn't look much different. I'll be honest with you. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I know it's going to be able to, you're going to be able to now probably flick through on the left-hand side, inside winger, wide forward, inside forward, playmaking winger. There's a few little Easter eggs for us in there, obviously, seen with new players coming in. But you're going to be able to, like on console, flick between happiness, fitness, form, discipline, training, a lot easier. I think if we compare that to Football Manager at the moment, if you look at if we go on to, let's say, Weghorst, it looks a bit, it's a bit much on the screen, but I think this is what FM is all about. You've got a biography. Who else has a biography? On games, it's unbelievable. Like, the fact that everyone's got a biography is madness. And then everything's there. Contract, training, so on and so forth. But what they've done is they've essentially changed all of these bits at the bottom. I don't know if you can see my actual cursor, but they've changed all the bits in the bottom. Your fitness, your dynamics, your plans, your bands, your transfer status, your season stats, your form, your training, your contract, all that sort of bits and bobs. And what they've done is they've put that into your ribbons. As you can see there, in your ribbons, so you've got personal, performance, career, comparison, all there. So that's going to be you're going to be able to flick through based on your players. Based on that, you can actually go. What I like in the top left-hand corner there is you've got squad, first team, Matoma. If you can click squad and flick back like that, amazing. Amazing. That's a big one. That's a game changer in the top left-hand corner here. But this doesn't look too dissimilar, which is decent. I think it's good enough. They've gone for a bit of a different style for the reasonable and strong feet, which is good. Easily read. Traits is nice. And I think season stats will be decent. It probably needs to be a bit bigger. But I think that this is probably looking at maybe it's playing on a smaller style screen. I'm not sure. But I like the way they've set this out. It looks good. It looks very good. But I'm hoping it's very easy to navigate between your personal performance career comparison, and hopefully they might give you the option to actually go back to this style where everything's on a page. I don't need to click on anything. I can just see he's on 50k a week. I can see that he's not happy. I can see that he's match fit. I can see all the stats. I can see the bands. I can see the season stats, the form. Everything's there still. I don't have to interrogate it. I don't actually have to look too deep into it and click on multiple items. So we'll see how we go from there. Other than that, we've got I really like the search idea. The search concept's great. Messages, entities, layout, and FMpedia, all really good. I'm so happy they've done this. It looks much nicer. And then I think the only other thing, there's not really much else, but it looks a lot cleaner. It looks better for a console type player, I think. That's where I think they're heading, trying to get that audience in if they can. But I think for me, it looks promising, but I need to try it, and I'm praying they bring out customizable aspects to it. I want to be able to change team report, because I know I'm playing Brentford next. Maybe I don't need to see that. I want to be able to see, other bits like, I don't know, bans, all the players that I won't be able to play, or my injuries, or things like that. Will I be able to have a customizable portal? That's my question. If I don't want to see my inbox, and I'm not too bothered about my inbox, although that's the beating heart of FM, is your inbox, can I maybe push that to the left-hand side so I can actually squeeze that down so I don't actually have to see that as much, and then I can have more bits on the right-hand side? Is it going to be clickable and manageable for myself? That's the question I want to ask. FM always bring out different skins. I've always used Tato. I think that's an absolutely unreal skin. The way that it actually develops the game and brings things to life a bit more is brilliant. I really like it, so I'll be looking at that. But as a whole, as a first game on Unity, as the way that they're trying to bring in a new aesthetic, a new way of console players playing the game, as a cleaner, more minimalistic approach, I think it looks good, but I don't want to lose the beating heart of FM, which is your detail, your data, your really in-depth analytical parts, where you're not going to be a high-level manager where, if you do want to go into the details, if you want to do mentors and set them up, and you want to set up your individual training, you want to set up your staff and have your own staff, and your under 18 staff, and you're deeper than that, you want to get all those sort of bits where it's really small details that do actually contribute to FM and making you a better manager and a better team and a better, overall FM experience. I don't want that to be hindered by this minimalistic approach. So that's when I'm going to finish. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, you zoomed in on me. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new. I'll be bringing out this video as soon as I can. So probably tonight, or maybe 7:30, or maybe a bit earlier, later, I don't know. But I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did as ever, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new. 309 sub-managers, thank you very much. Thank you for the appreciation on the latest FM, the visuals updates, which again, combining these two together looks promising, looks like a great game, looks really good. I just hope to try and keep the core audience, the current audience, happy whilst introducing these new aspects. That's the main one. So thank you guys for watching. I shall catch you in the next one. Hope you're all well, and I'll see you soon. From me, Alex, have a great day. Ciao.